Hi students, welcome to the computer science class. Let us begin the class with a thought saying that things have a way of sorting themselves out when we are not worrying about them. So let us not worry about anything and continue our learning with a positive thought. We are going to continue with chapter 2, Python revision 2, the last concept of the chapter. Topics covered in this chapter are strings, lists, tuples, dictionaries and sorting techniques. In the previous classes already we have seen the first 4 topics, and in this video we are going to discuss on the sorting techniques. Subtopics covered are what is sorting, why do we sort, and some real life examples of sorting and types of sorting available, and about bubble sort, its working with examples and a program depicting bubble sort, and on insertion sort, its working, examples and a Python program and an entertainment dance depicted on insertion sort. Let us enjoy the dance and understand the insertion sort at the last. Now, what is sorting? Sorting in computer terms means arranging elements in a specific order, either ascending or descending order. Why do we sort? Searching for an element in a sorted list will be more efficient. Example, looking for a particular page number in a book which is already sorted page number wise. So it will be easy for us to search in a sorted list. It is always nice to see data in a sorted display of spreadsheet and database, etc. Computers sort things fast. Therefore, it takes the burden off of the user to search a list. Real life examples: students arranging exam papers according to the page numbers before submitting. So once you complete your exam, you will be arranging the papers page number wise and tying the papers before submitting. So this is one example of sorting. The next one is arranging the list of students according to their total marks for ranking purpose. See, there are totally 5 students here and their marks are also displayed. If we arrange all these cards in descending order, so the first card will be the topper and the next card will be the second topper and so on. So for in this example, Alice will be the first person, Terence will be the second rank and Monica will be the third rank, Charles fourth and Brian fifth rank. So this is how sorting is applied in real life. And then arranging a group of students in height order. This is also one type of sorting. Then arranging the given words in alphabetical order. Suppose if you are asked to make a dictionary of words, you will be arranging the words in alphabetical order and putting them in the dictionary. One more example is if a list of students' name is given, arranging the list in ascending order to put them in the attendance register. The next is teacher arranging the exam papers roll number wise. So once exam papers are arranged roll number wise, it will be easy for the teacher to enter the marks roll number wise. The next is different types of sorting available: bubble sort, insertion sort, selection sort, quick sort, merge sort and heap sort. And many other sorting techniques are available. According to the CBSE syllabus, they have recommended only bubble sort and insertion for sort for 12th standard. So we are going to discuss only on these types of sortings, that is on bubble sort and insertion sort. See, bubble sort makes a comparison between adjacent elements and swaps the elements if they are not in the defined order. Example, they have given 5, 3, 8, 4, 6 and 5 and 3 are compared and they are shifted, that is they are swapped. So swapping is done only if it is not in the right place. Otherwise no swapping is done. So this process continues until the list is sorted. Then we are going to see the working of the bubble sort through a small video. You can see the elements are compared and they are swapped if required. So after the first pass, you can see a dotted line is there, which is the limit. And till the limit, the elements are compared and swapped. So after every iteration, the number of comparisons become lesser and lesser. The next example shall see with the worst case, that is the list is given in descending order and we are asked to arrange it in ascending order. This is the descending order list and we are going to arrange it in ascending order. So every adjacent elements are sorted, so the number of comparisons are more and the number of swapping also becomes more and more if it is a worst case. So now the list has got sorted. So coming back to the slide, we saw the working of the bubble sort through a video. Let us see the next few more examples. So bubble sort, first list is the original list and after the first pass 9 is going to the last and then 8 is going to the last. So the heaviest elements goes to the last and the lighter elements bubbles at the top. That's why we call it as bubble sort. So this process goes on till the list gets sorted. So this is another example showing the in between passes, that is in between every pass what's happening. So 5 is compared with 1 and swapping happening. 5 is compared with 4, once again swapping is happening. Likewise, it is comparing and either swapping or not. So at the end of the first pass, the list will look like 1, 4, 2, 5, 8. And that will become the beginning of the second pass. So 1, 4, 2, 5, 8 is the beginning of the second pass and adjacent elements are compared and they are swapped if required. So this goes on till the end of the sorting. So once the sorting gets over, the pass also will be ending. The next one, we are going to see a small program on bubble sort. So this is the example of bubble sort program. So the first line is getting the number of elements in the list. It is in list len. So I have converted the input to integer because already you all know that inputs are got in the form of the string. So to convert it to the integer, we are typecasting it. Now the next one is a list equal to empty list. And later I am going to get the elements from the user and I am going to append the list, a list. So for I in range list len, a equal to int of input of enter an integer. So this happens till all the elements have got in the input. Suppose if I am saying that 5 elements are there in the list. This loop will happen for 5 times. Then I am printing the original list. Then n equal to len of a list. Already list len is having the same number. So either you can use list len or n here. For I in range n, for j in range 0, comma n minus 1 minus I. So the I loop is to make the passes, that is the iteration, and j loop is to compare the adjacent elements. You can see that j loop ranges from 0 to n minus I minus 1. So after every iteration, the stop value of j decreases because one element will get sorted after every iteration. So we have to compare one element lesser in the list. That's why I have given n minus I minus 1. So suppose if list of j is greater than list of j plus 1, swapping happens. So swapping statement, you all very well know that simultaneously the swapping is happening. Then I am printing the list after every pass. So only if I print the elements in the pass, after every pass, I will come to know that what type of sorting is applied in the program. So after every pass, the list will be displayed, and at the finally the list displayed will be the final sorted list. Let us execute the program and see what's happening. Let us hit the run button. Now enter the number of elements in your sorting list. So I'm going to enter 5 elements, enter key, and I'm going to give the worst case elements, for example, 99, 88, 77, 55, 33. Now you can see the output. So after every pass, one element, that is the largest element, goes to the last, and the lighter elements bubble at the top. And in the next pass, 88 goes to the next last, then 77 goes to the next last, and then 55 goes to the next last, and 33 in the same place. So the final list, that is list after sorting, is similar to list after pass 5. So every time the last pass, it has got sorted. So we stop there and we will be printing the list. That is the sorted list. Now we shall run the program with different values. Once again, I'm going to hit the run button. Now enter the number of elements in your sorting list. This time I'm going to give 6, and I'm going to give some numbers in the random order: 32, 56, 9, 1, 76, 55. Now let us see what's happening. You can see after every pass, the highest element is going to the last position, gets settled at the last. So this is how bubble sort works. So you would have understood the process of this bubble sort. Now let us go back to the program screen. So once again, you look into the program. If you want, you can take it down either as a screenshot or you can note it down in your notebook. Press the pass button and you can note it down. In your book, they have not printed the list after every pass. So you can do it. So you can take your book and you can insert the elements, insert the statements which are not present in the book. Otherwise, you take all the statements in your notebook. So coming back to the slide, just now we saw the program on bubble sort. The next one is the insertion sort. So let us see what is an insertion sort. The idea of the insertion sort is similar to the idea of sorting the playing cards. Can see the cards are shuffled and it is left on the ground. The player is picking each card at a time and putting it in another hand and holding it. So every time when he picks the card, he is finding a place to insert it and the card gets inserted in the right place. So that's why we call it as insertion sort. So an example of an insertion sort occurs in everyday life while playing cards. To sort the cards in your hand, you extract a card, shift the remaining cards, and then insert the extracted card in the correct place. This process is repeated until all the cards are in the correct sequence. Now we are going to see the working of the insertion sort through a small video. So you can see every number is compared and swapping is happening. It is coming to the right place. So now 17 and 25 are already sorted. Now 31 is compared to 17 and then element not shifted. Once again 31 will be compared with the 25. It will not shift. So it is self-explanatory. You can read the captions given and you can understand the insertion sort. So the list got sorted. Just now we saw the working of the insertion sort. Let us see the next slide with an example. See, there are totally 6 numbers. So there are totally 6 numbers: 85, 12, 59, 45, 72, 51. So 85 is compared with 12. Since 12 is lesser, it is coming to the first place, that is in the place of 85. And then 85 is compared with 59. So 59 is finding a place in between 12 and 85. Then 45 is taken and it is coming to the next place. And then 72 is taken. It is getting inserted in the right place. So insertion sort takes each element and it gets inserted in the sorted part. Here you can see that blue colored background like numbers are sorted list and the white background colors are unsorted. So each element from the unsorted list is taken and it is inserted in the sorted list in the right place. This is how insertion sort is happening. One more example. 4 and 3 are compared. 3 is going to the first position. 2 is compared with 3 and 4 and 2 is going to the first place. 10 is already greater than all the numbers in its left. So 10 remains in the same place. Then 12 is compared and it is greater than all the numbers in its left. So 12 remains in the same place. Then 1 is taken and it is moved to the first place. And 5 is taken and it is moving to the place in between 4 and 10. And 6 is taken and it is moving to the place where 5 and 10. That is in between 5 and 10. One more small example with 4 numbers 7, 4, 5, 2. See, no element on left side of 7, so no change in its position. And in step 2, as 7 is greater than 4, therefore 7 will be moved forward and 4 will be moved to 7's position. Now in the third step, here checking on left side of 5. As 7 is greater than 5, 7 will be moved forward, but 4 is lesser than 5. So, no change in position of 4. And 5 will be moved to the position of 7. Now, in taking in step 4, here 2 is checked with all the numbers in the left side. As all the elements on left side of 2 are greater than 2, so all the elements will be moved forward and 2 will be shifted to the position of 4. So I think this small example would have made you to understand the insertion sort very well. Now we shall see the program and we shall execute the program on insertion sort. So you can see till first 7 statements, it is similar to bubble sort because we are getting the number of elements in the list and we are getting the elements in the list and appending it to the list and we are printing the original list. And n equal to len of a list. Now, from the 8th step onwards, the process changes. For I in range 1, n, listen carefully, 1, n, it is not 0, n because we are considering the 0th element as the sorted part and we are going to process from the index 1 onwards. So, key equal to a list of I, j equal to I minus 1. That is, we are taking the first element and we are going to compare with the elements in its left. So, the left element is calculated in the j index. So, j equal to I minus 1. So, first time I will be 1 and j will be 0. So, while j greater than 0 and key is lesser than a list of j, a list of j plus 1 equal to a list of j. So, we are shifting the element forward and j we are decrementing the value of j. Otherwise, we are keeping the element in that a list of j plus 1. That is, key is the element what we have picked and we are putting it in a list of j plus 1. So, after every pass, we are printing the element as we did in the bubble sort and at the last, we are printing the final list. Okay. Now, let us execute the program. I am going to hit the run key. You can see the execution window, that is the output window. In this place, I'm going to say 5 elements in the list. Let us give the same set of inputs what I did for bubble sort, that is in the descending order. That is the worst case. Let us see 99, 88, 66, 55, 33. This is the worst case. I'm giving the elements in the descending order and I'm trying to arrange it in the ascending order. Now you can see in the first pass 99 is considered to be already sorted and 88 is picked and it is moved to the 99's place. 99 is moved forward and 88 is going to the place of 99. Then 66 is picked and it is put in the right place. And then 55 is picked and it is put in the right place. And then 33 is picked and it is put in the right place. So you can see the difference between the passes of the bubble sort and the insertion sort. So by looking at the passes, we can find out what sorting techniques are used. Now let us run the program with the different sets of numbers. Now in this case, I am going to give 4 numbers in random order: 21, 9, 7, 55. That's all. So you can see first time 21 is already ordered, that is sorted, and 9 is picked and it is put in front of 21, and 7 is picked and it is compared with 21 as well as 9 and it is going to this place, that is the first place, and then 55 is compared with all the elements in its left and no movement is happening for 55. This is how insertion sort works. Let us go back to the program screen and you note down what is the difference between the bubble sort and the insertion sort. Only the loop changes, that is from the second for loop onwards changes are happening. Let us go back to the slide. So we saw the program on insertion sort and understood the working better. Then we shall see the interesting dance depicted on insertion sort. People are carrying the numbers and at the top the index of every number is printed. Every adjacent persons are looking at each other, facing at each other and checking whether swapping has to be done or not. Now you can predict the movement of the persons by following the insertion sort. So if you are able to predict it correctly, then it shows that you have understood the insertion sort very well. The next movement. So what happens to 2? Yes. Please, you too can predict the next movement. So whenever they want to compare each other, they are facing each other. Then now 5 will be compared with all the elements in its left. Predict the movement of 9. So understand the insertion sort by looking at the dance movement. I hope that you are enjoying the dance. So after sorting gets over, they are happily dancing. So I hope you have enjoyed the dance. Let us move on to the next slide. So the last slide is about the homework. So note down the homework. You have to write the answers for these questions and send it to my mail. What is sorting? Name some popular sorting techniques. Second question is discuss bubble sort and insertion sort techniques. Third one is write a program to sort a dictionary's key, that is Python dictionary's keys using bubble sort and produce the sorted keys as a list. Okay, this is the end of chapter 2. In the next class, we shall start chapter 3, that is functions on Python. Now, you can go through the book and check whether you have completed all the book back exercises in this chapter. Thank you very much, students.